This small device is about to make your teaching day a whole lot easier. When you wear a Lightspeed microphone, every child hears every word of yours clearly. And we know that children who listen better learn more. My name is David Solomon with Lightspeed Technologies, and we work with teachers every day to improve the listening and learning environment. In fact, listening is the primary channel for learning for young children, yet their auditory faculties are not fully developed till around the age of 15. The challenge in your schools today is that between kindergarten and third grade, about a third of your kids have some form of mild hearing loss. Now that could either be ear infection, something temporary, it could be a developmental issue that they'll grow out of over time, or it could be something more serious. But in any case, the problem is that the students often are not aware, the teachers are often not aware, yet the problem still exists. So what's the impact? Well, out of these kids with mild hearing loss, about 70% have some academic deficiency by the time they get to 6th grade. The result is deficiencies in some of the basic building blocks of learning. Language acquisition and word recognition are lost. The science of sound tells us there are some speech patterns that are difficult to project no matter how hard we work at making it louder. So, for example, if I were to use vowels like A, E, I, O, U, I can project them very well. I can use a teacher voice, I can carry that across the classroom. But what about softer consonants like P, F? No matter how hard I work, I can't make those louder. And when you look at a classroom with HVAC, computer fans, groups of kids working, chairs scratching the floor, there's a lot of noise for the teacher to project over, and those soft consonants disappear and information is lost. So no matter how loud we try to talk, we can make it audible, but we can't make it more intelligible. Problems with loudness versus intelligibility are not limited to children with mild hearing loss. Young children and English language learners also struggle with language acquisition associated with the lack of intelligibility. Now, you may not notice this because as adults, we have a large library of information, and we can draw on that information to put things together so we have an understanding what someone's saying. So for example, let's say you're at a conference, there's a speaker, they're not wearing a microphone. You can't hear everything they say, but that's okay. You can fill in the missing blanks, and you can walk away knowing what they were talking about. For young listeners, this isn't the case. They don't have that library, and much of the information that you try to communicate to them is lost. And just making it louder doesn't make it any better. Children need to hear 100% of the spoken word to get all the information. Studies show when students are not engaged with the teacher's voice, on-task time goes down. And what may appear to be an attention problem could be a hearing problem. Teachers who use a Lightspeed mic throughout the day report less redirection, increases in classroom productivity, and fewer special education referrals. When a teacher struggles to be heard, it's not just the students that suffer. 18% of teachers in the US suffer from some form of vocal strain, and many of those teachers try to work through it. It causes fatigue, illness, and in some cases, long-term damage to the vocal cords. With a Lightspeed microphone, you can save your voice, you can speak in a natural tone, and you can be sure that your students will hear every word. Your Lightspeed audio system provides exceptional voice clarity, even distribution of sound throughout the room, and the microphone is lightweight. Many teachers forget they're even wearing it. We want to be an important part of your classroom every day. If you ever have a problem with your mic or any other part of the system, please call us. Our phone number is on the back of the microphone, and when you call, someone will help you immediately, someone who cares and someone knows how to take care of your problem. At Lightspeed, we believe in your mission and we're here to serve you.
Hi, I'm Vicki Ogle, and I'm here to show you how to use your Topcat system. Topcat is typically installed in a suspended ceiling, but on occasion it can be surface mounted on a wall or a solid ceiling. And it's very easy to use. This is your flex mic. You have one button to turn it on and turn it off, and the same button also mutes it. It hangs comfortably around your neck with the magnetic lanyard, and you have adjusters on either side so you can adjust it to the proper length. It needs to be sitting just below the collarbone. That puts it in the proper position so that there's clear audio throughout the classroom. Whether you're standing in a corner, looking down at a student, looking over your shoulder, or at the whiteboard, everyone throughout the whole room can hear your voice clearly. And there's no need to project or to use your teacher voice. Just talk in soft conversational tones. This may take a little getting used to, but once you do, you'll realize that there's less stress in the classroom. Students will respond more positively, and they will be more attentive. And for yourself, at the end of the day, you'll have more energy and less vocal strain. If you have a second microphone in your classroom, it can be used as a student handheld microphone. In this way, like the teacher, a student can be clearly heard throughout the classroom. This brings a lot of enthusiasm for the students to participate in class. You will notice that you don't have to ask them to repeat what they're saying or repeat it yourself. Even the quietest kids perk up and become more comfortable sharing in classroom. Soon they'll even forget that they were once too shy to speak. Depending on how your system is configured, the student microphone will either be a second flex mic or a handheld microphone we call share mic. If you're using a second flex mic as a pass-around microphone, you want to hold it at the collarbone level rather than right at the mouth. This is more sanitary. Plus, it also ensures that the microphone is not overly loud. Using a share mic is very similar. Students can hold it a little closer to the mouth, but keeping it a few inches away keeps it more sanitary. Some systems have a media connector that lets you wirelessly connect other audio sources, such as a tablet, a computer, a DVD player, or a smartphone, to the classroom speaker. It would typically be on the teacher's desk or teaching station, generally connected to your computer. To connect additional audio sources, you can use the cables included with the system. The media connector has a single audio input volume control for all your audio sources. We recommend you preset that volume level on the media connector to a nominal level, approximately 12 o'clock. Then use the volume up or down on your computer or other source for regular adjustments. It also controls the microphone volume levels, so any large adjustments can be done at the media connector. You do this by turning the microphone volume control knob up or down. Once a nominal level is reached, generally about the 12 o'clock position, the flex mic can be used to fine-tune as needed. You can also adjust the speaker's bass and treble to your preference. If you have a hearing-impaired student with an assistive listening device, then the transmitter can be connected to the audio output on the media connector in order to retransmit all audio directly to the student's receiver. Finally, the media connector can be used to power down your audio system. Press and hold the power button for about 2 seconds until the power light turns off. To wake it back up, simply tap the power button again. The first time you use your flex mic, it should be on the charger ready for use. The blue mic status light indicates the microphone is powered on. It will stay on during charging. Remove the microphone from the charger. You'll see that the charging light turns off and the blue mic status light turns red. This indicates the microphone is on but muted. The flex mic automatically mutes when you remove it so it stays quiet while you put it on. When you have the flex mic around your neck and positioned properly, go ahead and tap the power mute button. You'll notice the mic status light will turn blue, indicating the audio is live. At this point, you should hear your voice coming through the classroom speaker. Now we need to set the volume on the flex mic. A common mistake is to set the volume too high, but this can result in students becoming fatigued when hearing loud volumes throughout the day. It can also result in feedback if you get too close to the speaker. Optimum volume is where you can just barely hear your voice through the classroom speaker. It's helpful to have another person to test the volume, but generally, out of the box, the volume is set at an appropriate level. If you need to make an adjustment, you can use the up and down buttons on the flex mic. If the volume is still too high or low, you can make further adjustments at the system or the media connector. Once the volume is set, teachers usually don't need to adjust it throughout the day. Just begin teaching as you normally would. If you want to have a private conversation or stop the flex mic for any reason, just tap the power button and the mic status light will turn red and your microphone is muted. There's no need to power your flex mic down during the day because the batteries will last about 8 hours. But if you do want or need to power it down, just press and hold the power button for about 2 seconds. You will see the blue mic status light go off. Then when you want to power it on again, press and hold the power button. The mic status light will blink blue. This indicates that it is linking to the system. Once it is a solid blue light, that means that it is linked and ready to use. It's important to note that a flex mic is uniquely paired to a sound system. For example, you can't take it next door and broadcast through another classroom system. At the end of the day, you'll need to return your flex mic to the cradle charger for charging, or plug it into the USB charging cable. A battery will last about 8 hours, but it will need to be charged each night. It takes about 8 to 10 hours to fully charge the battery. Place your flex mic in the charger facing forward. If you're plugging it into the USB charger, make sure the orientation is correct. You'll see that the charging indicator light is now red. In the morning when you return, the charging light will now be green, indicating that the battery has received a full charge. If during operation the charging light begins blinking red, that indicates that the battery is getting low. You'll have about 20 to 30 minutes of additional operation before it's fully depleted. If your system includes a share mic, it will be charged by connecting to a USB charging cable, and the charging cable will be plugged into either the flex mic charging cradle or to a USB wall adapter. When you unplug it from the charger, you'll notice that the number 2 light will turn red. This indicates that the share mic is muted. To unmute the share mic, simply tap the power button and the light will turn blue, indicating that the mic is now live. If you need to mute the microphone again, simply tap the power button, the light will turn red. At the end of the day, plug the share mic back into the charger and the number 1 light will turn red. When charging is complete, the light will turn green. That should be everything you need to know to get started. If you have any questions, please visit our website or call our 800 number. We have a customer service team available to help. Thanks for watching and enjoy your Lightspeed system.